Let's pretend that this isn't advice. And I'm Erin, and I'm not giving you advice. It's not advice. I can't help myself give advice. I don't mean to. I don't want to. I want you to be able to live your life, but I know how to do it. I'm a huge know-it-all, and this is where I practice not giving advice to people, except I totally give advice to them. I'm a lawyer turned professional certified coach, and I just happen to give the best advice. But this is a podcast, not a coaching session, so I obviously don't do that here, except I do. This is not advice with Erin Conlon, your know-it-all lawyer coach friend. This is not advice. Hello, friends. Welcome back to This Is Not Advice, the podcast that I have not recorded in months. Sorry about that. I don't know if this is going to be advice or not. It probably is because it's a mini episode and I don't have a guest today. I guess the first thing I have to tell you is I haven't recorded episodes because I got busy and I didn't use any structures to keep me recording, and I got distracted and I just didn't do it. So I'm sorry. I don't have anything much else to say about it other than I'm sorry. I hope you don't rely on it too much. Nobody sent me any nasty emails, so I don't think anyone's too mad that they didn't get to listen to This Is Not Advice. But if you are, I'm very sorry. The thing I kind of want to talk about today is this idea of balance. I hear it a lot from my clients. I hear it in the lexicon, this idea of what work-life balance is. And honestly, I call bullshit. Balance is bullshit. Here's why. In my view, and I'm a visual person, so what happens for me when somebody says, I would like to have better work-life balance, I imagine them on a balance beam carrying 6 or 7 bags. One is work, one is family, one is friends, one is their partner, one is health, one is, hobbies, one is food. Because for me, like trying to cook food is exhausting and complicated. Those are just some of the bags I imagine that somebody is carrying at any given point in time. And those are just the ones that I think keep people alive. I don't even know about the ones that somebody has been carrying for their whole life, or that they want to carry because they enjoy them, or whatever. So anyway, they're on the balance beam. They're carrying all of these bags and they're trying to stay there and move forward. That sucks. I don't care how athletic you are. That's a crappy place to be. And if somebody's asking you to grow or be a leader or do a trick, even if you're Simone Biles, if you're carrying 6 or 7 bags, flipping over at that point on a balance beam. I think balance beams are 4 inches wide and they're 4 feet off the ground. That's hard ass shit. And average people aren't going to be able to do it. So I don't think that balance is actually a fair ask of yourself. So stop it. Maybe one way to think about it, instead of balancing everything, is competing commitments. You're committed to your work. You're committed to your spouse. You're committed to your health. You're committed to your kids. You're committed to your hobbies. You're committed to eating well. You're committed to your parents. You're committed to having friends, because joy is, important. Whatever it is that you're committed to, at any given point in time, you're going to be carrying many things. And it is not probable. I guarantee that of those competing commitments, they're going to clash. Something is going to overlap with another thing. Maybe it's parents and kids. Maybe it's working kids. Maybe it's well-being and work. Maybe it is, who knows what it is. And the question then becomes, how do you maintain all of your commitments while also moving them forward? How do you do it? How do you have it all? And I think sometimes you have to drop some bags and circle back to pick them up, or hand it off to somebody else and say, you need to take this. Part of the reason why I haven't done my podcast in so long is because I was too busy and I just didn't do this. Maybe it was a competing commitment. Maybe it was not a commitment to me at that time. I'm back, so I'm committed somewhat to using my voice and being fully expressed, but I'm not so committed that I showed up even when I didn't have time or energy or anything to say. And to be fair, booking guests is also a whole other thing. But with all of this, what I'm trying to convey is that at any given point in time, when you're talking about balance, you are walking a very thin line and you are asking a lot of yourself. And it's really hard to move forward and it's really hard to grow when you are trying to balance it all. So I call bullshit. Stop trying to balance everything. Maybe try and be committed to many things and, see how you can work through those commitments. Or maybe a different way of thinking about it is that in order to have the full and rich life that you want to have, you need a lot of help. You need a wheelbarrow to carry along with you, and some tools and some extra support. And that's okay. Whatever it is that you need to move things forward in the way that you want to move them forward, or stay stationary. It's totally cool if you want to chill for a minute. Fine too. Take care of yourself in those ways. Because trying to be a certain way is only going to make it harder. Trying to should all over yourself is actually the thing that makes it worse. So, recap. Balance is bullshit. It's okay to be committed to many things at once. Use tools, resources, services, support. If you don't actually have the money for those things, it's okay to ask for help. It is okay to ask other people for help. People like helping you. You are not weak if you ask for help. In fact, when you ask for help, you are giving other people the opportunity to love you. And some people really want to do that. It's brave. It's vulnerable. And you don't have to be a super person. I hope this was helpful. This was a ton of advice for a show that's called This Is Not Advice. And yeah, take excellent care of yourself. I'll have another one of these soon. This Is Not Advice is brought to you by me, Erin Conlon. If you are interested in learning more about my coaching practice or how we might be able to work together, please visit erinconlon.com. This podcast would not have happened without production support from Cedar Cathedral Narrative Studio.